Hello there, TNA fan. We're back again at the impzonepod podcast to talk about TNA wrestling shenanigans, and we're here again to talk about Genesis. So we've got a dose, well, kind of three, but really dose, aka two updates to talk about. But there's a lot going on, obviously, because I still feel like you've got to be building for the, well, I say the bigger picture when it's only like 2 days later, but it is the pay-per-view. And again, I said this before about the AMC debut. I felt like you have to have already had this. They should have already had that this was what kind of was going to happen in some ways. But it's cool to see, some of the stuff, major stuff that they are putting on there. But anyway, first, triple threat. Oh my god. I did say stuff about them doing stuff between Cedric, Leon, and Moose, but I actually didn't think that they would do it. And maybe when I was reading through like the spoilers and whatnot, I missed this somehow. I don't know how I missed this or whatever. I think I missed the next one. But yeah, I don't know how I missed this on the list there of matches that they were gonna, showcase. Maybe it was because it was just done on commentary and it wasn't like shown to the crowd properly or whatever and things like that. I don't really know. So, but then again, I think that they would have shown that in the arena, but whatever. That is what you should do. But anyway, man. This is like I said before, like I felt like when you're gonna do Cedric and Slater 2, it felt like, oh well, that needs more than just being another match. I said with Moose and Slater, that also feels like it needs to be more than just a match, because we've seen this before, this formula with both of them. Like, yes, Moose is getting his rematch, whatever, but we've seen this formula with both of them. So, and right now you're thinking, well, you're not going to take that thing off of Leon for a while, probably. I was thinking, like, if Casey Navarro can get healed up soon, he might be able to win it off Leon in a few months' time or whatever, but who knows? He said he'd be out for like a year or so. I was hoping he'd pull the John Cena and friggin' come back within a few months. So good luck to him on his road to recovery. But yeah, so he probably won't be back till Slammiversary or maybe Bound for Glory this year or even later. Who knows? That would be a great time to think about like transitioning Leon away potentially, or doing something else, or at least giving him a big time feud with KC at one of the big events. That'd be cool. And like I said, I'd love to see him win it. But I also think this AMC debut and all this money that they've really got to debut some new X Division guys. Like, even if they're just guys that are, you can't just bring in X Division guys to put people over. You've got to have at least a select few guys that are kind of like almost going to be stars or potential to be stars or whatever else it is. So, I feel like KC fits into that mold. So I think guys like that are just like, yes, you could talk about like some of the Rascals or whatever. Sure. But again, I don't know. It always feels weird when you're talking about somebody or some people that are either in a tag team or a faction. It always feels like, oh man, really they're doing that tag team faction sort of thing. And we know, I think we talked about this before, that one of the Rascals, which is, spoiler here, it's going to be Myron, I believe, is going to challenge Leon on the upcoming live episode of TNA Impact. So that basically gives away the fact that it's going to be AJ, or it could be AJ or whatever at that point. So it's not going to be him. But still, you could have AJ in another spot, or he even announcing things or whatever, anything. So There still is potential for him to be on the show, but not in this match, which is a bit sad, but whatever, it is what it is. And it is a bit like, well, why are you having this match between Leon and Myron, another match that they've already had, so without any other stakes or without anything else, like, attached to it? You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like, or even, like, I don't know whether that's actually accurate, but, like, I'm assuming that's accurate. And again, like, even if you're saying, oh, well, yeah, sure, maybe that's not 100% accurate, you're not, like, gonna take the title off of Leon just to put it on somebody else and then change this pay-per-view match. Like, what? Maybe you could, but, like, then it might be a 4-way or something. I don't know, man. Like, you're really changing too many changes. Like I said, just too much. Like, you've already changed things a fair bit before, and I've already talked about the fact that now Mike Santana and Kazarian are fighting each other on TNA the debut episode of TNA Impact on AMC, Thursday Night Impact. Now it's going to be Nick Nemeth calling his shot at Genesis, so we'll have to wait and see what goes on there. So again, I don't want them to change too many more things, like I said. But even then, like I said, I still feel like that could be a triple threat. I feel like it should be a triple threat. I really do. I really don't think it should be a one-on-one. Like, if it's a one-on-one, then you feel like the other person's 100% getting involved. So, you're not getting, like, a clean finish. So you might as well say it's a triple threat. So, yeah, I don't know. Next, Elijah versus Ali. And I don't know whether... I'm pretty sure we missed this, too. I don't know how I missed this. Like, in the announcements... This is something that I thought, is Elijah fully healed? I didn't know whether Elijah was fully healed. I thought, oh yes, they're doing this angle with him, but that's to kind of keep him on TV for a little bit longer and to keep him, relevant somewhat, and say, okay, we'll pan it out a bit more. He'll come back in a few more weeks, or something else. I don't know. But yeah, like, I didn't feel like this was, like, gonna be like, oh man, here they are, they're gonna have this match now. Like, I thought, oh man, they're gonna have this match well, probably not Rebellion, but, like, oh man, down the road a little bit further, maybe Slammiversary, Bound for Glory, something like that, I don't know. So, but yeah, it's cool to see that they're gonna have this match here and now, or this pay-per-view at least. It does make me kind of bring into question whether Elijah is 100% to go, but surely he has to be able to do this match. Like, they wouldn't be booking this match if he can't go and can't do what they're expecting him to do or whatever. So, yeah, that is that. So, yeah. For this one... I am so on the fence. Actually, this is a way, like, a lot of these, like, sub matches or whatever are a way to sort of predict, like, how the main events or how some of these other card matches are going. Because if Elijah wins, then obviously you're kind of keeping that title in the heel, like, camp faction sort of thing. So you're looking to Elijah to be one of the next challengers to either Kaz or Nemeth, which I'm assuming it's going to be Kaz, because I don't feel like they should change the title again at Genesis. Like, let somebody hold it for a little while and beat some other people. Like, maybe it won't be Elijah at Rebellion or whatever. Maybe he'll be at, like, one of the other shows or whatever. That's fine. But, like, I still feel like you might think about that later or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But still, or the same thing for Ali, I guess. Like, would he be the next challenger like probably at Rebellion. That'd make sense if it was on Santana, like, you know, because that harkens back to this rivalry started a year ago, whatever it was, whenever it was. So now we're going to do it again. But that means also that you've got to have your rematch with Kaz or rematch with whomever, and then something else, and then your match with Ali. Like, so like it does feel like it's a quick turnaround to Ali, like in that regard, because it feels like, oh man, you know, we're just doing this for the fact that they fought a year ago. But that's cool to see them fight a year after or whatever, but it's like, well, you know, Santana has only just won the belt. And without extra shenanigans of like people, you know, the whole NXT faction interfering and all of that stuff, it feels like, oh man, well, yes, you could say, oh, well, Ali has his own faction and whatnot, and he's beaten him before, so, like, never say never or whatever, but just in terms of the amount of time that you have to build back to it, if you know what I mean, is just, like, really short, like, I feel like, in many ways, but, like, the idea that they wrestled, like, this match a year ago would be, like, yeah, a big thing, and maybe, like, you could still do that, maybe, or maybe you could do it without the title, like, on the line, like, if Santana doesn't win, then you might have Ali and Santana, like, I think it's 3 or 4. I can't remember how many matches they had. But, you know, 1 year apart. And then he beats Ali and then gets back into the title picture after that. So I don't know. Like, you could still do that kind of thing with Santana and Ali, boosting Santana back to that main event picture after this sort of thing. So I don't know, but yeah, like it sort of sucks in that regard for Ali either way, because like I feel like that's why I was sort of saying it's a quick turnaround for him, because you feel like, oh man, he's not going to win it, you know, because you've just started to build back to it or whatever it is, you know. So it's like, oh man, you know, if you have been building him this whole time, cool, great, but still you've got to be building back to Santana Ali, you know, 1 year apart or whatever it is. If you're going to do that. Like, if they're not going to do that, I don't care. But, like, I think that they should. Like, but yeah. So, and also, like, same sort of thing. It's like, well, you can't just say, again, we're going to have Ali, or we're going to have this person, or we're going to have that person, or whatever else it is. You know, you've got to build up all the guys, all the gals, same sort of thing, you know, like, so that, you know, you're feeling like, oh, on the edge of your seat with everybody, like, that's major. It's like, oh, this person could break out any minute. You know, this person, oh my God, they could break out any minute, you know. No, they don't, but it feels like it, you know, like, that's tough to do, but it's one of those things that it feels like this is one of those moments where either one of them could break out in a way, like they won't actually become the champion, I don't really think, but they could break out into that next level. Instead of just being semi-main eventers, they'll actually be like proper, like, main event level guys, you know, that are in that spot. Like, they probably won't win, as I said, either way, but still, you could see them in a picture with whoever's the champion by Rebellion this year. I'm about to say next year, but it's 2026. I'm still getting used to the fact that we're in 2026 now, so it hasn't sunk in, guys. But yeah, so we know some of the other stuff that is coming along. Now, I think, if I can find it, let's see if I can find it. It's El Paso, wasn't it? Not El Paso. Let's see if I can find the spoilers. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. Oh no, that was earlier this year. Not the end of the year. I'm looking for December. Not like whenever it was. Okay, here we go. This is some of it. Alright. Da. Yep, we've seen that. Seen this. Seen that. Seen this. Alright, where are we? This is that. We've seen that. Seen all this. Matt Hardy, Santino, blah blah blah. Steel Cage, Dog Collar Danny Luna. Battle Royal. Okay, so that's not the right one. Let's see if I can find the right one, because the last time it was pretty hard to find it, actually. Oh, okay, so this is... Okay, here we go. So, yeah, it was Myron Reed. Myron's going to face... yeah. Leon. Alright. Let's see if I can find anything else here. Oh, so the International Championship match between Steve Macklin and Stax is happening on the next episode. I also figured this out. This was something that confused me so much that I don't even think I actually said anything about it, but I can't remember whether I did or whether I didn't. So here it is. I found it by looking through all of this stuff. So, this is what confused me, because I felt like this is saying something about the event that had already happened or whatever it was. No, this is like on the next one of the next episodes of TV. So, like, again, spoiler, but they win by disqualification. Yeah. So this, I'm assuming this is leading somewhere, but like it already feels like you've done this thing, so like you've got to up the stakes. So the feeling like hopefully at least the pay-per-view will be like maybe no holds barred of some sort. Okay. Alright, anyway. Right, so... Okay, yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so those are the important things that I missed, I think. Because I wanted to go through that list of spoilers and go, now I missed some stuff, but like... everything else I think I got. So at least hopefully that catches it up. And that's all coming next week. And then we've got the last episode before Genesis, which is the AMC debut. So, yeah. We don't have a lot to really like talk about except for like what we already know. So like that is... sometimes that's a relief, because it's like, oh man, like when you think you know all the cogs, it's like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I missed something here, or I missed something there, or whatever it was, you know, like, that always, not hurts, but it always, you know, makes things more confusing and complicated, so... Let's see if I can find... No, that's not the results. This is the results. This is the results. This is what I'm looking for something else. Alright, so let's see if I can see it here. Probably not, honestly. Okay. It doesn't actually say it, but it is confirmed here. I see. Okay. All right. All right. I can't use that. That's fine anyway. I just wanted to check it and see if I could find out about it, but it doesn't say on there either. So yeah, we don't have much else to go through right now. I hope that I don't actually hope that we have much more to say that next week, because I don't like... Well, I obviously, like, you don't always know, and I don't always dig into the spoilers. But it's easier to figure out where they're going with things sometimes when it's like, okay, here's who wins and here's what gets announced. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, instead of me just, like, speculating and saying, oh, yeah, they might do this or they might do that or whatever else it is. It's like, oh, okay, cool. At least, like, here it is. This has been announced. That's been announced. This is happening, blah, blah, blah. Like, there might be more that happens on the AMC debut. At least, like, hopefully there is. Like, I'm sure that there will be. But, again, like, we won't know that because it's a live episode. And we won't know what happens at Genesis because, again, that's a live episode. So, I was thinking about doing a live for the AMC debut. It doesn't seem like there's much interest for that, so I don't think we'll be doing it unless people start saying, hey, please do live for the AMC debut or whatever. So get down in my comments, get down in my messages, vote on my poll, vote on my Twitter, message me, annoy me, tell me to do it so that I'll do it. Because that's, like, I would do it, but, like, why? Like, the only reason is if you guys are interested. Like, for me, I just want to sit back and watch it personally, like, and enjoy it and see what happens. So, like, I don't really care to see it live that much, but, like, certainly it will be important and historic, and I don't want to come on and be spoiled to anything that does happen. So I do kind of halfway want to watch it as quickly as possible, or not go on social media so I don't know what happens beforehand. So I will have to figure out what exactly I'm doing, but I will figure that out at some point, and I'll see what I'm going to do there with that. But yes, if you guys certainly tell me, hey, do it now, or whatever, then obviously... well, I've got to listen to you guys because you guys want it. So, but yeah, I don't know whether you guys actually want to see me doing commentary or effectively commentary for the show. So, please let me know. I'll definitely do it. I want to do more for the AMC debut, but once that's over, I've said, hey, we're going to have to slow down on videos. And we're only going to be doing like the pay-per-view previews and reviews after that. So yeah, unfortunately things are a bit too busy for me to do many more podcasts after that. So, but hopefully we will get there, maybe in the next couple of years. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope you join me again in another one.